Perfect. Awesome. Awesome. And every time I want to talk to you, Oh. So I tap you. Okay. Okay.
Remember, though, if you want to talk to him, make sure you press the, press,
Talk back.
yeah, the cough button. If you want to talk to him, yeah.
And okay.
Perfect.
All right, Kennedy.
We got it. We got this.
We got this,
We're
girlfriend.
going to eat it. Thanks,
Thanks, Robin.
Yeah, you have honestly the hardest job.
So you're listening to both Kennedy and I and also Sam and Bridget? Okay, okay.
You got it, Robin.
You are a woman of many talents. You go. You go.
Also, if you want to see the scores, I pulled it up here.
Perfect,
we
yeah.
Can, yep, we can pop it up here. I wonder if I should put it on the big page.
Tabitha Yin. Kennedy, I feel like Tabitha Yin has such a unique perspective on their mascot, the redwood trees. The way she had described it, roots are shallow, and if they stand alone, they're actually very weak. But that's why these trees, they grow in families, their roots intertwine, and it's actually one of the strongest trees in the world.
Yeah.
And that's what represents this team.
And they've absolutely been using that energy this entire season. You know, started a little shaky, and look at them now at the national championships,
That's
here
right.
to deliver, relying on each other, building their root system.
Anna Paula, Ava, Brenna, Ira.
Ooh, I love the LSU Leos.
They've always got some
That's
pretty ones.
sick. Yeah.
Let me see the front.
I love the back has me. I love the back.
She's on
Taylor.
the main show. Yeah. Is that the wave?
Ooh, I like the Cal Leos too.
Let me see.
That you are on the video board, but as well, make sure you're #NCAA
90 seconds. Thank you.
Let's have a good show.
Let's do it.
We got it.
Courtney Blackson, double layout.
Hello, welcome to the NCAA semifinal #1 at the National Championships in Fort Worth, Texas. My name is Kennedy Baker. I am joined with the amazing national champion, Anastasia Webb. We are covering floor and bars today on the stream. Welcome to our stream. Anastasia, what do you think about the meet today?
I definitely think, Kennedy, it is definitely going to be fierce. It is need to be bold gymnastics. All these gymnasts are capable of qualifying to the NCAA championship on Saturday. They need to focus on their execution, their landings, because it's anybody's game tonight.
Right, like you said, Anastasia, it is anybody's game. You have to show up and deliver at meets like today. Rankings don't matter if you don't deliver on the day of competition. We have such a fun competition coming up today. These teams absolutely deserve to be here. What do you think about Stanford starting on bars?
I think that Stanford can set the tone. Here we have our lead off, Ana Paula Gutierrez. She is a strong leader for the Stanford team. Holds that handstand right on top. Line change to a huge Jaeger. Immediate transition to the low bar, right above that horizontal. Judges are looking for that. Holds that handstand, very important, that last handstand, and a double front with the half, and she just nails it. This Stanford team needs to start off with a 9-9+, and she was able to accomplish that in my eyes.
That was a phenomenal leadoff for Stanford. They had so many stuck dismounts at regionals in both semifinals and the finals day. I know they want to repeat those performances today, and that was a great leadoff from Ana Paula Gutierrez.
They definitely just need to continue that momentum.
And similar to continuing the momentum, Cal as well, they have had a lights out season, really stepping up and delivering. They were so close last year to making it to the finals day. They were one routine away, got third in the first semifinal last year. So close. I know their eyes are set on that Saturday competition. Starting off strong.
Is Maddie Williams.
Yep. She opens with a big front layout, front Rudy, also a front 1.5 twist. Solid landing there.
Talking about this artistry that this Cal team, they promote execution and beauty, and the head coach gravitates towards those gymnasts, and she just brings their unique qualities onto the floor. Don't you think, Kennedy?
I agree 100%. When we talked to head coach Liz Crandall earlier this week, she had said they have so much attention to detail in their dance. She wants beautiful, pretty routines throughout their lineup that really show off their extension and performance. And they've delivered extremely well this season.
I think one could say they're the underdog of this session, and they could go all the way.
They definitely have the capability to make it to that finals day. Nailed that beautiful 1.5 front layout. Really strong start from Maddie there, leading off this team. Great performance. Anastasia, what do you think about starting on floor?
I think it gets all your jitters out. You're able to get your body moving. The blood is flowing, and you're able to bring that momentum, set the tone, and that is exactly what this Cal team is doing.
I agree with you. I think starting on floor is a good way to get those nerves out of the way. You're not really thinking about the performance as much. You just kind of get up there and do the gymnastics that you know how to do, and then you can really carry that energy throughout. Hope to see Cal do that in this competition.
Up next here on the uneven bars, we have Ava Sorrento. She has a career high of a 9-9. This team is hoping to achieve that career high, especially when it comes down to this NCAA semifinal. She has beautiful gymnastics, holds that handstand. Maloney, oh! Unfortunately, it looked like she did not grab onto that high bar as well as she should have, and she just completely slipped off. I will say, part of those grips, there's a dowel, and part of that dowel is able to wrap around that bar, and it didn't seem like she was able to wrap the dowel on top of the bar, and which resulted in that slip. Kennedy, how hard is it to come back from a fall mentally and get up?
It's tough to come back from a fall on any event, especially bars, especially in the beginning of your routine. She basically has to go and do the entire routine again, just with a fall at the beginning.
That's right. This is an event, and this is the moment that this Stanford team is going to want to drop. And she repeats it beautifully because she has to connect that Maloney straight into the low bar, and she unfortunately has another fall. This is a moment for this team to really reset, get their game, get their focus, and this is going to be a routine that they're going to drop, but the rest of the remaining of these routines will step up and support their teammates after a fall has been made.
Yeah, it's challenging to go after one fall. So two, I mean, a whole nother ball game.
She needs to finish this routine strong as she knows that she can. Just the dismount here, a double layout, just a small pike down. She did have to rush it, but she got through it, and she is going to walk away that she was able to get back up there and accomplish it.
And it's important to finish the routine well because you never know what's going to happen in the rest of the lineup. Somebody else could have a mistake. Unfortunately, obviously, they don't want anybody else to have a fall or a really major mistake, but it happens, and you have to be able to, you have to count a score. So if it's your score with the fall, you want the rest of the routine to be clean and well executed.
Talk about this Cal team on the floor exercise. We are moving on to Jordan Kane.
Beautiful opening tumbling pass there. Cal does a great job of balancing their elegance with dynamic, powerful tumbling as well. It blends so seamlessly.
And something unique about Jordan Kane is that she actually had a spinal surgery after her freshman year, and here she is competing in the NCAA semifinal. That says a lot about her mentality and her grit to support and be part of this Cal team.
Right, the season is so long. Working through those injuries, battling illnesses, anything like that is a setback. So if you're able to really manage that, manage the pain, and get through the season, you can deliver for your team in a strong way. And Jordan's doing a good job of doing that. Last pass here. Beautiful work there. 1.5 front layout through to a Sassone, straight into the choreo. I love it when they dance into the choreo, but show the control out of the pass as well.
Very, very important. Judges are now looking for that 2-second control. There's no more of this college salute and college stick, making sure you're holding and you're precise. And now I'm excited for the Stanford team, bringing on Brenna Nolt. She is capable of bringing this team back to the momentum that they want. And head coach Tabitha Yim actually represents her as the rock for this team. They can't even get her out of the gym. That's how in love she is with the sport of gymnastics.
It's nice to see these athletes really get to have joy as well as doing competitive, serious skills.
Beautiful Maloney into that transition, pack salto to the low bar. Great form, holding those positions. Last handstand here, slightly short on that. Blindfold to a double tuck. I would have seen a little stutter on that stick, But other than that, great comeback. That is the knee that Stanford team really, really needed to continue this momentum.
Brenna did a great job of following up after Ava's unfortunate 2 falls. It is hard to pick the momentum back up, and that was her job, and she delivered. You'll see Ella's waiting to perform. Sometimes the wait is harder than the routine. Adds to the nerves, makes you feel the pressure a little bit more.
She's one of my favorite performers. She has this spicy, sassy floor routine that just engages you in the audience.
Opens with a 1.5 front full. Well executed, really good form and clean throughout that. You want to see their legs glued together in the air. You'll notice there's a white line around the floor. If the athlete steps on it, it's not a deduction, but if a foot is outside the line, they will take a 10th off in deduction.
This Cal team also has the moment to actually just have fun out there and just do their best gymnastics like they know like they can. Head coach says they do their best gymnastics when they have fun. You can see that in her routine. She is smiling, she is showing it off, because that's what they do best.
And Ella in this junior role, head coach Liz Crandall said, this is her first year as a junior. She's really come back and competing in the all-around. One of her best years yet, and has really, really stepped up this season. Nice job on that double tuck. Slight scoop back out of it. Tried to hold on. The judges really want to see the emphasis on that front foot, holding the landing position.
Great job for her, and I do want to point out that mat on the floor is not a deduction. It allows a cushion for those athletes because they have had one long season. Up next on the uneven bars, we have Ira Alexieva. And I do want to point out she does one of the most unique release moves. She has a Higgins position, so we're going to see it right here on this high bar. Beautiful handstand. Right there, that Higgins, very difficult to do, you need to have an extreme amount of shoulder flexibility to hold the bar in that unique way. Last handstand here, slightly short on that. Blindfold to a double tuck, very clean, and she holds and is precise on that landing, so judges cannot take anything on that double tuck. Great job for the Stanford team, continuing to prove themselves as they have a chance to qualify to the NCAA final on Saturday.
I love the emphasis that Ira put on that dismount. She did the same thing in regional finals, nailed it, holds it, and that's what the judges want to see. You can't rush out of the dismount. You have to show that you stuck. And Kyan Mayhew, a freshman for Cal, up next. She has a big routine, really fun choreography, plays it up to the audience, really wants the crowd to get involved. For sure, one of my favorite routines on this floor lineup for Cal. She opens with a big front double twist straight into a front pike.
Wow.
Beautiful execution there. Just like, wow, Anastasia. I mean, this Cal team is really stepping up. They're doing a good job of starting off the momentum for the team. Like we talked about earlier, you want to get those nerves out of the way. You want to go out there and do your normal gymnastics that you know how to do. Nothing different from practice. And it looks like they're in practice, which is exactly where they want to be if they want to get to Saturday. I also appreciate Cal because they have really good leaps.
That's right.
That's, you know, every school does different leaps, but Cal puts an emphasis on hitting their splits. They are at 180 degrees all the time, all the way around. The judges have to see their feet completed from start to finish in the same spot. They need to make it back to that spot on their leaps and tumbling. And Cal just does a stunning job in that area.
I think that says a lot about their head coach, Liz Howell, who actually is a judge for elite gymnastics, and she actually does the choreography for this Cal team. Can you imagine your head coach dancing right beside you? I mean, that says a lot about the style of your gymnastics, the way that their coaching style is, and the difference that they make for this Cal team.
That is so true. And something I appreciate about Liz, too, she does a really great job of providing them with choreography, but also letting them play, really come into their own, bring their own individuality to the choreography, and make it their own.
Up next, we have Anna Roberts here. She has a career high of a 9.925. This Stanford team is really going to need her to step up her game. Beautiful transition, toes are pointed, not a single separation. She's gonna have a big release move here. A Maloney half. I would have loved to see her feet together up on that transition. She does get that handstand and just nails that double out like she knows she can. And this Stanford team is needing these scores to count.
They definitely needed that. That was a great delivery from Anna. Really drilled that landing, showed it off.
Next up on floor is Maya, and she is the party of this Cal team. Don't you think, Kennedy?
Absolutely. Maya has delivered so many times for this Cal program on all events, not just floor, but this is definitely a strong suit for her. She really thrives when she's up there and has beautiful choreography.
Coach describes her that her energy is through the roof, and you can see it. She does not stop smiling throughout any routine on any event. Maybe on bars, but
it's infectious. I think that is just a testament to Maya's character. It really carries throughout the team, her energy. She brings the fun along with the great gymnastics. Slight under rotation there on the front tuck. Had to take that step back. I loved at the regional final, she did that first pass and she nailed it with her feet together. There's not a deduction if you land the pass cleanly and take a controlled lunge out of it. But it's more impressive to me when they can land with their feet together. It's just more of a traditional stick, and I love it.
And she has difficult gymnastics. She started off with an E pass. Judges are looking for that difficulty as well, to be able to differentiate gymnasts between gymnasts, because everybody's great at this event and everybody's well aware and being able to qualify to the NCAA championship.
Last tumbling pass here. Beautiful job, 1.5 front full, straight into her choreography. Exactly what the judges want to see.
Talk about flexibility as well. Wow, what a moment for Maya to show off her amazing gymnastics and bring those amazing scores for this Cal team. Look at this connection with her coach. That is such a special moment and such a love. Up next here on the uneven bars, we have Chloe Widener, and she is capable of greatness. She is a 2-time All-American on this event. Holds that handstand, beautiful, huge Tkachev. If you notice, she puts so much pressure on top of the bar, which allows her to hold those handstands and allow those judges not to take anything. Right there, holds that last handstand again. So critical, just the dismount. Oh, she tried too hard for that stick. Sometimes it would have been better if she actually had a step forward instead of holding that position, swinging her arms and having that chest down. But she held on to it and she delivered for the Stanford team, especially having had to come back after that 2-fall routine from Ava.
Yeah, that's great, Anastasia. Now they can drop Ava's score, which is exactly what they needed to do. Like you said, they will take a deduction for that chest down at the end of that dismount, but the way that Chloe has stepped up as a leader for this program for Stanford is incredible, along with MJ Frazier. What an athlete she is. Her and her sister are such performers. Her sister goes to UCLA. Unfortunately, they did not qualify to these championships. But the performance that they both have is stunning. Amazing dancers and beautiful tumbling. That was huge. The flight, the hip rise that she gets off the floor, the judges really want to see that amplitude when they pop off the floor.
And MJ's just a sophomore. She has so much more to give to this Cal team, which says a lot about their depth.
Very seasoned. I mean, she looks like she's an upperclassman, senior, 5th year out there. It surprises me that she is only a sophomore still.
And I will say they need a 9.8625 or higher for Frazier to give Cal the lead after the first rotation.
She is definitely capable of that score in this routine. This was huge for them, and that should be a pretty good score.
What a moment for her to bring her team. I will keep saying it, I feel like this Cal team is the underdog team. They have discipline, they have momentum, they are powerful, artistic. They have the full package when they compete.
But we've got to glance over. I mean, Stanford's right there too. This isn't over for Stanford. Had that mistake on bars, did a good job of picking up that energy in the lineup again, and they're still in this.
Up next here on the uneven bars, we have an individual athlete. Her name is Courtney Blackson, and she is a senior. This is her last bar routine, so she is wanting to go all the way on this. Watch this release move, very unique. It's called a Corkina. Excellent. Holds that handstand right on top. And just a dismount here, a beautiful double layout and lights out for Courtney. She nails it. And I do want to point out, these athletes, not only is this a team event, but they have a chance of winning an individual title in this semifinal event. So that was a very beautiful and a great score to count, and watch out for Courtney. She may be one of those top athletes in that bar rotation.
That was an excellent routine from Courtney. That might have been one of the best I've ever seen her do. The way she nailed that handstand, but she also delivers every single time. That Corkina, stunning. And then, of course, we go over to Skylar on the floor exercise for Washington. But also, she's competing in the all-around as well. This is only the beginning for her, but I will say it is challenging to go 6th, right? So Skylar has to go 7th. How challenging do you think that is for her?
Very challenging. She may not even be used to being all the way down in that lineup on this Washington team, and here she is having to stay warm, having to move her body, especially in the all-around. It says a lot about her mentality, her focus, and also it's so hard to be an individual athlete being here representing your team without your teammates.
And Skylar got a big score on floor at the regional finals, a huge 9.95, really stepped up and delivered, deserves to be here. But that wait time, I mean, we were even talking about just waiting to get on the equipment. To wait 6 spots and have to go in the 7th position, really challenging role for these individuals. Impressed that they're stepping up as well as they are.
Beautiful, and she just dances right out of her passes, so judges cannot take anything from that.
Really great work there from Skylar. Great way to close out the event.
And you can see on the board, this Cal team is ahead of the LSU Tigers. This is definitely going to be a battle of who will be the top two to make it to the NCAA championship on Saturday. And right now, I will say thank you so much for keeping up with us in this stream, team. Up next, we're going to have the LSU Tigers on the bars and Arkansas on the floor exercise. See you soon.
Overdraft.
Hello and welcome back. We are in the second rotation of semifinal number 1 for the NCAA championships. I am joined with Anastasia Webb. I'm Kennedy Baker, and we are talking bars and floor. Second rotation. LSU coming off a big vault rotation. Cal in the lead with a beautiful floor rotation. Really stunning work from Cal there. And we've got Arkansas on floor bouncing back after a little shaky beam rotation.
LSU is starting off on the uneven bars, and their theme is to get there, and they're going to do everything and anything to achieve their ever first NCAA title, because this is going to be the year that they could potentially do it. They got to stay focused, face the 5 minutes that are in front of them. That's what head coach Jay Clark always says. Don't get ahead of yourself, but focus and be in the moment. Starting off here on the uneven bars is Alexis Jeffrey Jr. A career high of a 9.925. She's been starting this LSU team off strong. And they need to bring this momentum because on the vault, they only scored only 2 9.9s. The goal on this event is to start off with a 9.9 to continue that momentum.
And Anastasia, Alexis is a great leader for this team, but she struggled regional finals day, correct?
That's right, but so far right now, she's not struggling, Kennedy. She is being precise. She is attacking this bar routine like she knows that she can. Just a dismount here. Full in. She was a little squatty on that landing because she tried a little bit too hard to stick on that, but good job for this LSU Tiger team and starting off strong.
Great comeback for Alexis Jeffries there. She definitely stepped up on that dismount. That's where she had that error in the regional finals. Good to see her back.
And next on the floor exercise, we have Callista starting us strong.
Callista Cameo has done a great job for this Arkansas program. She led off the beam rotation and floor rotation. Really strong lead for them. And Arkansas can put a strong punch in this floor lineup. They do great work here. Consistent gymnastics, have stepped up and delivered. Had a great performance in the regional finals. One of the reasons why they're here was their floor performances.
They definitely were lights out. And talking to head coach Jordan Weber, they have been working all season long on controlling those landings. Let's see if she can control this one, Kennedy.
Beautiful work there. I love how she just stepped back into the lunge. Nice control out of that pass, spotted out of that double full to really nail those feet into the ground.
And this Arkansas team, I will say, they do look very conditioned. They are dancing to their fullest. And Callista's doing a 3-pass routine. That says a lot about her endurance, the way that she's bringing the energy in this floor routine. She is smiling, dancing. Great lead off so far.
And let's talk about that for a second. The endurance that Callista has is incredible. We will see both 2-pass and 3-pass routines. Do you have a preference?
Well, I always did a 3-pass routine when I was in college, and sometimes I wish I did a 2-pass routine because sometimes that was a less opportunity to take deduction.
Definitely makes sense. I also appreciate a 2-pass routine. I think if I was a coach, it would make sense strategically to do a 2-pass routine. However, as a viewer and commentator, I appreciate a 3-pass routine. I love the drama. I love when they show off the endurance and athleticism that they build up throughout the year to really deliver and perform their skills on the highest level, especially on floor.
Up next on the uneven bars, we have Ashley Cohen. She is a sophomore. She has a career high of a 9.95 for this LSU team. She does big gymnastics here.
Ashley's a really dynamic gymnast. Gets a lot of pop off this bar on this first release here.
A huge ray, immediate transition to the low bar, keeping her legs glued together. Hits that handstand right on top. Dismount here, a beautiful double layout, does not pipe down, and you can see it in her face. That was a good routine for the LSU Tigers.
I love LSU's approach of 5 minutes in front of your face. That's all you need to focus on. They do a good job of that, and I think that really carries their momentum throughout their lineups. They started off like that. They're only focused on one routine at a time, and they just build and build. And then up next for Arkansas, we've got Haley Klein, the freshman. So consistent for this Arkansas program, though. Has really stepped up into her own and delivered.
Head coach Jordan Weber says that she wants to take this team to the next level, and she could definitely bring the energy on this event.
Haley opens with a big front layout, step out, through to a double tuck. 2 saltos in the air in the tucked position. I love her front layout, step out, how straight her legs are. Oh! So.
She had too much power, I would say, and she, to me, it did look like she did step out of bounds, which will be a 10th deduction, but from this angle, Kennedy and I cannot see if that yellow flag did go up. We will see from the score, though.
It's challenging to tell from our angle, for sure. The good part is, though, there are judges on the side of the floor with a flag. You'll see they have a yellow flag. If you see that raised, if you see any type of yellow up in the air, that means that they are taking that 10th off in deduction for stepping outside and out of bounds.
Unfortunately, this Arkansas team needs to be perfect on this event. This is the event that will bring them back, especially after a kind of shaky start off on the balance beam. They really need this event.
Good effort there from Haley to close. Unfortunately, they will take that out of bound deduction for the step.
But again, these athletes will drop a routine, so the rest of the remaining of routines need to count, be disciplined, be precise, and to be the best Arkansas team on this floor exercise that they are capable of doing. And up next on the uneven bars.
And you want to talk about precise. Kaya Johnson is an athlete with extreme precision on her skills.
She is an amazing athlete. This is actually the only event that she does not have a 10-0 on. So strong, look at that handstand. Just a dismount here, she's so dynamic. Double layout, no problem. That was a cherry on top dismount for her. You can see the excitement. And not only is she such a powerful athlete, but she's actually such a humble human as well, and she is a leader for this LSU team, especially coming back from a hard injury and being able to support and contribute to this LSU team day in, day out is a huge honor and such an amazing moment for Kaya Johnson.
And up now for Arkansas, Maddie Jones. Definitely a leader for this Arkansas program, has really come into her own and stepped up. When we talked with head coach Jordan Weber, she said she is one of the hardest workers. She knows. She goes in the gym and just does her best every single day, really wants to contribute to this team in every way that she can. Beautiful work there on that front double twist. Excellent control coming out of it. And if you want someone to pick up the energy again, Maddie Jones is the person that you want in that spot.
I will say something that I feel like stands out so much for Maddie Jones is she's so elegant. Look at her toe point. Those are the little details that will differentiate these athletes because, again, these athletes are all more than capable of scoring 10s. but it's the differentiator factor.
It is. The full extension that she gets through her legs, the toe point at the end, it's impressive to the judges, and it makes the difference. That's the difference in a championship win and not.
Completely agree. Shows off her flexibility.
Last pass here for Maddie. Does that front 1.5 twist. Looked a little short taking off. She did a great job of covering it though. You saw a little leg form in the air. Again though, did a great job of covering it, not showing that it was a little bit of a struggle to get out of that front handspring.
She does look a little bit hurt, and I really hope she's not, because she does help a lot with this Arkansas team. And up next on the uneven bars is a freshman great, Connor McLean. You do not want to miss this bar routine. Here she is taking a deep breath, and watch out. This is worth the price of admission right here. This piped raise, immediate pack salto, no question, no deduction, holds that pressure onto the uneven bars. Just this last handstand here, no question about it. Half in, half out. Oh my God. Just a slight little stutter on that landing. But she knows that that was great.
Beautiful bar worker. Stunning lines, really impressive, difficult gymnastics. She came from elite. Head coach Jay Clark said she is one of the most unique, and she has the most trust in a freshman ever that he has had on his teams, and he's been part of a lot of teams. That is a big honor coming from head coach Jay Clark.
Up next on the floor exercise, we have Leah Smith. And they're gonna want to drop that 9.8.
Leah is capable of a big score here on floor. She opens with the same pass as Haley, a front layout through to double tuck. And watch the amplitude she gets on this double tuck. I've seen her stick it with her feet together. Oh, too much power coming out of that. And Anastasia, I will say up on the podium, it's a little bit different to perform, especially floor, an exercise that's incredibly bouncy. It's got springs in the floor. If you don't absorb and really hold those landings, you're gonna lose a little bit of control there.
I will say, when I was competing, and you may have done the same, I would jog into my passes to slow down my momentum, because this floor exercise gives you just so much more height, more distance, and you gotta find the rhythm of it. It's very challenging for these athletes.
Correct. You really have to control your speed, your power going into your passes. Actually, the athletes before this get a practice day to run through the equipment, really feel it out, because it is different being on an elevated stage versus on the ground. Short on that double pike. You could tell she tried to find the landing coming out of it, tried to spot the ground, opened a little too quickly, took that lunge step forward. The judges would rather see more control and a step backwards coming out of backward flipping, rotating passes versus a step forwards.
And to me, that looks like that will be the score that they're gonna wanna drop going into this floor rotation. They need to pick up their momentum, because again, anything can happen. It's still anybody's game.
That's the fun part about gymnastics. It can be anybody's day.
Up next here, we have Savannah Shorhair. She's actually a transfer from Florida, and she provides this unique experience. She's been able to perform in these high pressure situations, and she is sky high on that Jaeger. Transition to the low bar, feet glued together. Judges are looking for that smooth rhythm from low to high, high to low. And watch this difficult dismount, double front with the half, just a small hop forward. I will say, on that double front dismount, you want to have your heel drive as high as you can to continue that momentum and that speed. She did a great job for the LSU Tigers.
Savannah is incredibly impressive to me. Transferring from one SEC program to another, she has really cemented her legacy in the SEC, providing for both Florida and LSU, really blending in seamlessly with both teams.
I can't agree more. And if you're looking at the scoreboard here, Stanford is in the top, a 98.350. Again, anything can happen. That's why these little things, these little moments matter most.
Like you said, Anastasia, the details at these championships are going to be the difference maker in being on that podium and not. And a difference maker for this Arkansas program is definitely Lauren Williams. Only a sophomore, has been performing like she's an upperclassman, has stepped up and delivered time and time again, really consistent. I'm actually surprised she hasn't gotten a 10 on this event yet. It's coming.
And I can't wait for this first pass. Kennedy, here she goes.
Huge full twisting double tuck. Are you gonna give her the stick on that?
You know what, to me, she did look a little bit under-rotated. She did take a slight hop forward, but she did a great job bringing her chest up. So it creates this illusion that these judges can't take anything off from that.
I completely agree with you. And Lauren and Frankie in the back of this Arkansas lineup have been a 1-2 punch consistently throughout the season for them. Putting up 9-9s, 9-9-2-5s, 9-9-5s over and over again. Nice job on her work on her leaps there. She has just such fun choreography. You can tell she plays it up. That's her favorite part in her routine. The Worm got to do an interview with her earlier this season, and she said the more the crowd gets involved, the better her routine is.
She is a great performer. She dials the audience in. Just the last pass here, Kennedy.
Big double tuck. Wow, now that was a stick. That was a clear stick. I love the way she held that and showed it off to the lunge. Exactly what the judges want to see.
And right here, she's calling for a good score for this Arkansas team, and they need it. Great job for Lauren Williams. And the star for this LSU team, Haley Bryant, is coming up on the uneven bars. She is cool, she is composed. Watch out for Haley Bryant. She competes with such high consistency, hits that handstand, no question. Huge Jaeger, catches the bar with straight arms. Smooth transition to the low bar.
I respect Haley's gymnastics a lot for how definitive she is. She shows the completion of all of her skills with the amplitude and height to back it up.
And she just nails that double front with a half. What a performance for Haley Bryant and the LSU Tigers. Bryant needs a 9.9, 125 on bars for LSU to pass Cal and to take the lead. And I truly believe that will be truly accomplished with that score.
Frankie Price waiting to go for Arkansas in the anchor spot. She has a big routine. You are gonna see her play this choreography up, really get into it, shows off the dance.
And she actually switched her passes to a 2-pass routine because she felt more comfortable.
Big double layout here.
Would you say that was a little short, Kennedy?
I would say it was a little short. She was trying for the stick, but wow, I mean, that was minimal deduction.
I mean, it's so hard to do 2 flips in the air, a straight body position. A lot of gymnasts are not doing that type of gymnastics.
Even the height that she gets on her leaps, that is important. The judges want to see the rise on that as well. It can't just be good high-flying tumbling. You have to deliver on the leaps as well, all the way around, all the way complete in your splits with good height.
And I will say that's what's the tricky part about these two pass routines. If you're not the most elegant leaper, I was definitely not one of those athletes, so I needed a 3-pass routine in order to contribute and to prove my flexibility and my toe point and everything. And she is fearless on this event. Here she is.
Nice work there on that last pass. Great control coming out. And closes it strong.
With that salute.
I wonder if she's saluting to someone specific or if it's to the judge.
It's got to be to her team.
We're going to have to ask her.
And up next on the uneven bars is Lily. She is a Georgia athlete. She is an individual athlete representing herself in the all-around for this Georgia team. And she is breathtaking. Beautiful transition to the high bar. Maloney right into that bail. Her legs are glued together. So elegant. She reminds me of Olympic champion Nastya Lukin, quite honestly, Kennedy. And just the dismount here. And she tried to hold that landing, but just such a minimal step backward. But great performance for Lily on the uneven bars. And great support to have to be on this LSU team. And look at these, it's the community of this gymnastics, being able to high five and support one another, because it is so challenging to represent yourself alone without your team that you've been with all year.
And somebody else representing themselves and their team by themselves is Shay Campbell.
Watch out for this floor routine, Kennedy. This is one of my favorites. She is dynamic.
This is a powerful routine. Stunning choreography. Big tumbling. Opening with a big full twisting double tuck. Watch the height she gets on this.
Wow.
That was one of her best too. Shay is a senior this year. Only qualified on the floor. This could be her last routine. We know there's seniors and also 5th years. Some people have announced, some people haven't. Shay has not announced, so this could very well be her last floor routine ever.
And let's talk about this choreography. They have like a professional dancer on this UCLA team, and you can see it. She drives you in. Look at her eye contact.
It shows the emphasis they put on dance in their choreo, but just outside anyways. They will have practices where they come in and do dance, really emphasizing how much they want their performances to stand out.
She's having fun here. She is finished. Just the last pass here.
Nice job on that double tuck.
She holds every single landing, and that's what's gonna matter most. What a moment for UCLA to represent. She was breathtaking.
That was an incredible performance from Shay, and might be the last one we see.
Again, looking at this community, all the hugs, the laughs between teams. Thanks for joining us. We are gonna come up again with Cal on the uneven bars and Stanford on the floor exercise.
Hi, and welcome back to semifinal number 1 at the NCAA National Championships. I am joined with Anastasia Webb. I'm Kennedy Baker. We are rotating with Cal on bars and Stanford on floor. What do you think about Cal's bars, Anastasia?
I definitely believe that if this team can go lights out, it is on the uneven bars. They are so disciplined with their form. They have an amazing bar working crew. They have so much depth. I will say it was very difficult to pick who will be in the lineup because that's how much depth this Cal team has on the uneven bars.
And you'll see right there, Cal's in second place, just a little under LSU, and Stanford a little bit under Cal. The top 2 spots make it to the Saturday final 4 on the floor competition. It's going to be a battle, definitely between Cal and Stanford.
I can't completely agree with you. Starting off strong is Maya Lazone. She is so fast twitched. Again, she is always having fun, always smiling. She is an amazing leadoff for this Cal team. Holds those handstands. Beautiful Maloney. Catches with straight arms. Beautiful pirouette. Judges are looking for a quick pirouette, holding that handstand right on top. And she just nails that handstand right there. Beautiful half in, half out, and she nails it. Look at that smile. What a moment for this Cal team. They need to keep this going, keep this energy.
That smile from Maya is such a light, lighting up the entire arena, not just her team. Such a rock this season.
She has just such good air awareness, and she's so clean and consistent. And talk about consistent is this leadoff from this Stanford team. Claire Dean right up here on the floor exercise.
Claire does great work on the floor exercise. You'll actually see some unique skills from Claire. She opens with what's called a tinsica. It's kind of like a round off, kind of like a front walkover. It's a mix of in between. Not a lot of gymnasts do it.
The only one in the competition will be doing it is right here.
For sure. But the work she puts into it, I love her form throughout. Her legs are glued. She shows how clear of a skill it is as well. It's not blended together. Sometimes you'll see people really rush through that skill. I like that she takes her time throughout it to really show it off.
And she's so detailed. She got all the way through on that switch full. Again, being super precise on landings on those lead passes.
Beautiful work there. Controlled landing, no deduction there.
And I will say about this Stanford team, they have some cool characteristics and themes. Talking to head coach Tabitha Yim, she talked about the redwood tree and their mascot and how they stand tall, but they stand tall because they grow in families and their roots intertwine, and this represents the unity of the Stanford team.
And they've done a great job of that. I love that story and the root system. They've really solidified that root system later in the season. Started a little shaky actually, but they have come back so strong, really carried that momentum and energy. Tabitha did a great job of pacing this team to be ready for the national championship.
Up next on the uneven bars is Ella Cesario. She is so unique. She is beautiful to watch, very long and elegant.
Her lines stand out on this event.
Sky high Jaeger. To me, she did catch a little bit close because she caught with her arms bent. I would have loved to see a little bit more extension on that. Just the dismount here. Double layout, and she holds that landing. What a moment for this Cal team to continue the momentum and bring the scores that they are needing. Because they can, maybe they can up one that LSU team, because they're on the unbalanced beam currently right now.
I liked that she fought for that stick. I think that speaks to the characteristics of Cal. For sure. They have fought through this entire season. They fought last year. They were so close, one routine away from getting to that final day. I know their eyes are set on that prize of getting to Saturday's competition.
If they keep going with this roll, they'll definitely be there.
And Amanda Zhang with a fun, is this Mario? Nintendo?
Yes, it is.
I think it's Super Mario Brothers. Really fun choreo and routine here.
she is going through those levels and defeating.
Defeating the bosses. Who was it, Bowser?
Bowser.
She is attacking Bowser right now. We love to see it.
And a lot of people can't dance with this type of music. Says a lot about her character and the willingness to be able to perform to different musics, different types.
This is Amanda's season. Best by far. Struggled a little bit through that COVID year. Wants to end on her own terms. And it's nice to see when they're a senior really deliver in this last year.
Oh, she did have a little bit of a stutter step, kind of like this happy feet. She did get ahead of herself on that pass a little bit.
Great job staying on her feet and inbounds there. You never know what could happen. They might need to count that score. They don't want to, but they might have to.
Coming up next on the uneven bars is Andy Lee, and I will say I do remember competing with her in club gymnastics and seeing her grow, and being able to be so confident on this Cal team is such a blessing to watch. Here she goes, starting off.
This release.
Yeah, I was about to say is
gigantic.
One of the highest.
Wow. Wow.
No words. She is fearless. She floats like a butterfly with everything that she does.
Let's see if she can sting this dismount like a bee.
Let's see. Double tuck. Lights out. She does what Andy Lee does best. That was phenomenal. Great job so far for this Cal team, bringing the fire.
We've got Victoria Cluck up now, the freshman for Stanford. You'll see she's chatting with assistant coach Hallie Mossett, who went to UCLA, a rock star for the UCLA program, has added so much to the Stanford program as well, really bringing her experience and guidance to Stanford, helping delivering in choreo and performances, really knows how to get and push that out of her athletes. And Victoria has a strong routine, to say the least. Opens with a huge double layout. Saw her do it in warm-ups, looked really strong. I saw her stick one with her feet together.
Let's see if she can repeat that.
It would be impressive. Short, you could tell, even coming in out of that back handspring, her feet were a little bit too much behind you. You have to get a lot of momentum on floor, especially for that pass. You're flipping 2 times with your legs straight in the air. You have to have your feet in the correct position. It was a good cover and save from her, though, to stay on her feet and not put her hands down.
She did come back with a beautiful combination pass. Judges are looking for that second skill to be a little bit higher than the first, and she did that beautifully.
Victoria really showing off the endurance here, has a 3-pass routine, which we appreciate. We love a 3-pass routine. Showing the strength and conditioning here throughout the year. Really fought to get that stick just a little low if I'm being picky, but wow, drilled those feet into the ground. Really what the judges are looking for.
But she did a really good job bringing her chest right up top to create, again, that illusion that she was perfectly straight on top of that floor exercise pass. And up next for this Cal team, we have MJ Frazier, the phenomenal sophomore here. She is the total package. She was previously a U.S. national team member since 2019.
I saw her sister in the stands earlier, Marzetta Frazier, cheering her on in a Cal shirt.
Beautiful Maloney, sky high, pack salto. Let's see if she hits this handstand here. Holds it. And she nails and holds on to that landing, that double layout. She is fearless. She is bringing the fire for this Cal team.
Cal's doing a great job of building off of those scores. If you look over, you'll see Maya started with a strong 9-9, and they have just carried that energy throughout the rest of the lineup.
It's impressive. They're looking to drop a 9-9. That is what you want going into this NCAA championship.
You know you're in a good spot if you're dropping a 9-9 in your leadoff.
That's what it's going to take to win.
Brennan Nolt, the junior, up now for Stanford.
And she has a career high of a 9.925. So let's see if she can repeat that career high for the Stanford team so they could drop that 9.7375.
Opens with a double pike here, 2 saltos, straight legs. Good control. I thought that was nice.
Yeah, that was great.
I love that leap pass that she does. That's incredibly difficult. You'll see that's called a tour jeté half. You'll see a lot of athletes do it with straight legs. She actually throws her head back and bends her leg, making it difficult and more challenging. I love how her chest was up out of that pass.
She had great height and distance.
Yeah, that was a really clean Rudy. I mean, showed the amplitude throughout, legs glued together, but also really popped up at the end there. You want to see that coming out of the lunge. Prepping for this last pass here. Clean work there. Spotted assistant coach Hallie Mazza. You can tell she loved that too.
And she just danced right out of that. Again, judges cannot take anything for that fluid movement out of those combination passes. And coming up next on the uneven bars is Gabby Perea. She is such an amazing bar worker. I actually want you to take a look at the way that she grabs the bar. She wraps her thumbs around the bar and she is so effortless. I remember when I was training gymnastics in club and the best bar workers wrap their thumbs around the bar.
Did you wrap your thumbs around the bar?
I did not. You did. Beautiful pack salto. This is called a Maloney half. Holds that handstand. They have a 10-degree wiggle room. And she is so emotional because she knows that routine was beautiful and that will bring this Cal team home. It's so impressive to watch this Cal team as they are moving forward. They are looking forward to qualifying to this NCAA championship on Saturday. It's an emotional moment for this Cal team.
It is. The way that Cal has stepped up and delivered all season, and it shows at this championships. This is what they've been doing all season long, starting in January, putting in the work to get here and then delivering. Anna Roberts up now for Stanford.
She has a career high of a 9.95.
They have to drill these landings. They have decent scores. They definitely want to start getting some 9-9s in that lineup if they want to get to that second day of competition. They want to drop a 9.7375 from Victoria Cluck.
Wow.
Big front 1.5 twist there.
I would say that's the biggest we've seen so far.
I was definitely going to say that's the best one today for sure. I mean, the amplitude that she showed throughout, but also the posture that she had in that lunge. Great work there. Beautiful Beautiful job on that double tuck. I mean, that was textbook. Legs glued together in the air, straight to the lunge.
This Stanford team, they have the goal to let it come all together and not to give away those little things. And right there, that is picture perfect, did not give anything away.
We've talked about the details a lot today, Anastasia, how important they are if you want to make it to that 4 on the floor competition on Saturday. And Anna did a great job there of really showing off how precise she is coming out of these landings, coming out of her leaps. Good work there to really pick up the energy again for Stanford.
Up next on this Cal team on the uneven bars is Maddie Williams, the junior. She is a 3-time All Pac-12 and 2-time All-American on this event. She just floats from bar to bar. Watch this transition here. Maloney, straight arms, huge pack salto. I would have liked to see a little bit that handstand on top of the bar in that pirouette. Holds that handstand, dismount here, and just a slight hop backwards, and then she tried a little bit too hard to hold that landing and dropped her chest a little bit forward. That will definitely be a small deduction on that routine, but way to go for this Cal team, finishing up strong. They need to carry this momentum going into the next event.
Great scores over there for Cal. Did a good job of starting off strong with Maya and really carrying that energy and momentum throughout the rest of the lineup. And Chloe Widner, the 5th year on floor. She got a 10 actually to close out their meet and the regional final. Nailed this routine. And Chloe is an incredible athlete, to say the least. We used to train together in club, and to see her really come into her own in college and step up and deliver for her team is inspiring and really fun to see for me.
And I will say something that's really different about Chloe is that she actually has classical music. You don't hear that often anymore, and she is elegant, she's beautiful, and she's using this classical music to the full potential.
Like you said, Anastasia, the classical music, I feel like Chloe's a very classical gymnast, very traditional, textbook skills, perfection, really shows the precision and extension throughout her legs and lines.
And that's why she's gotten a 10.
Deserved that 10. Closing out with a double pike here. Hopefully she can find this landing the same way she did in the finals. I would say that was pretty similar.
She brought her chest right up.
Yep. I love the way she finishes that routine. So strong. Great way to close it out for Stanford. That is going to be a big score, and they needed that routine for this lineup if they want to be in contention for Saturday.
That's right, they're looking to drop that 9.7375, and it looks like they're going to do it. Individual competitor here, Skylar Kilagam. Holds that handstand. Beautiful.
She's a really great bar swinger. I mean, the extension and poise she shows throughout her routines is why she's here.
Just a dismount here, and she nails it. The all-around competitor representing Washington. What a moment for this team, and what a moment for this individual athlete, Skylar.
Skylar's putting in great work at this competition. Like we talked about earlier, it's tough to compete as an individual, and in the all-around role, you're waiting to go 7th. It's tough. Cal's done a great job of supporting her, though, really picking up that energy that she needs, making it feel like she's in a team environment. Nice support there from them. And we've got Skylar Schultz up for Michigan State, who also had a phenomenal season this year. I mean, they were so close to making it.
But it's a privilege to represent and actually have the moment to represent all your hard work that you've been working so hard all season long. And she is also just lights out on this floor exercise.
She gets a lot of pop off the floor in this opening tumbling pass. Big double, full twisting double tuck.
Perfection.
Nailed that. Another performer really plays it up to the crowd. You can see Stanford in the back over there doing the choreography with you. Did you have any teammates that did your choreography with you?
I would say all of them. We would all have those special movements and special sparky moments that we would memorize.
Did you feel like you had to practice memorizing them, or do you feel like you do it so much in the gym that there's just a point where you go, you know what, I've seen that so many times, I can do that too?
It just comes natural.
Yeah, I agree. Wow! That was beautiful. That was the perfect stick. I love how her feet were together and her chest was up.
Wow.
Stunning work from Skyla. I mean, that was incredible. Great way to close out the floor rotation. That's going to be a big score, and that deserves a big score. That was a powerful routine.
And again, I do want to emphasize these athletes do have the opportunity to win an individual title if they are the top in this round and also the second round this evening. And here we are. Thank you for tuning in with Kennedy and I. We're going into the fourth rotation, the most important. Arkansas on the uneven bars and LSU on the floor exercise. See you soon.
Hello, welcome back. We are in the final rotation of semifinal number 1 at the NCAA National Championships. I'm Kennedy Baker, joined with the amazing Anastasia Webb. We are closing out with Arkansas on the bars and LSU on the floor.
Yes, this Arkansas team on the uneven bars, they just need to go lights out, be in the moment, and just do their best gymnastics. They have nothing to lose here. And this LSU team, like you said, Kennedy, they just need to coast and just go lights out. This is a fun rotation for them. They bring the heat. They're number 1 in the country on this floor exercise. They are more than capable of performing a dance party. Starting off on the uneven bars is Callie Swaney. Talking to head coach Jordan Weber, this team has so much depth. They could have picked from 9 girls to perform on this event. And that says a lot about their recruitment and their training. Callie Swaney is a smooth athlete. That was a nail biter right there. She did catch a little far, but she held on to that. Again, the importance of having that dowel. Slightly short on that handstand, needs to finish it up strong here. Beautiful dismount, pulls it together. She was just a little bit rushed throughout that whole bar routine, I would say, but did a great job having her chest up on that landing.
Callie had a great save in that routine. That release was impressive. It got so much height and flight off the bar and reached for that bar to really get her grips back over it. Strong start for Arkansas. And another strong starter is Connor McLean, the freshman. delivering time and time again this season for LSU.
And Connor McLean, she can fly on this first pass.
Opens with a powerful double layout. It's beautiful.
She doesn't do it nobody does it like her. Her hips are literally flat on the second layout.
I wish we could do a chart. Earlier this season for Raina Worley, we did a chart showing where her hips were compared to her head coach, Tim Garrison. I wish we could do the same with Jay Clark and Connor McLean, because I'm sure she is well above his head height on that double layout. She just gets so much extension and pop throughout the floor, even in her work and her leaps and her tumbling. I mean, goes all the way through releve, rises through her toes.
And she's just a freshman.
Just a freshman. Closing out with a 1.5 front full here. Stellar.
And this is, again, folks, in the lead-off position. That's how much this LSU team has to give on the floor exercise.
There's a reason that Jay Clark trusts Connor the most out of any freshman he's ever worked with and coached, because she just brings the energy and momentum you need for all the events, especially in the leadoff spot for floor. I mean, this is why they're #1 in the country.
Can't agree with you more, Kennedy. And next on the uneven bars, we have Jamie Pratt. Hits that handstand, is gonna do a huge release move here. We just saw it from the previous gymnast. It's called a ray. Straight transition to the low bar, immediate toe up. We have not seen one of those today. Smooth transition to the high bar. And just the dismount here, a double layout, and just a slight hop backwards. I would have loved to see her hold that landing a little bit more, because judges may take a slight deduction for not holding that landing for 2 seconds.
And Amari Drayton. We're talking about height. We have to mention Amari. I mean, if Connor can fly, Amari's also soaring in the air with her. You're gonna see on her first pass and all of her tumbling passes, the amplitude, how much punch and extension she gets in the air off of the floor in her passes. It's impressive.
Yeah, I like to describe her as just big, bold gymnastics.
I'd say gymnastics with a statement to follow that up.
Wow.
Like, that's definitely a period.
This is a routine just to sit back and just watch.
Connor and Amari are really a 1-2 punch in the beginning of this floor lineup for LSU. I mean, strong, beautiful tumbling. Nice height throughout. You could tell she was actually a little under-rotated on that, had a small shuffle forward with her foot. Very minimal, though. Nice job really covering that up, coming out of that pass.
And they're doing such a great job, again, competing on this podium, especially on the floor exercise. You've got so much more power that these gymnasts are able to control their landings even with such big gymnastics.
Again, amplitude throughout, even on her leaps.
Just that overextension, she just went above 180 degrees.
And ending with the roar. They should be happy with that routine. That should be a big score for them. Really nice work there from Amari.
And she's getting the crown.
I believe that's the stick crown.
Yes.
I think that was deserved. I would say
Sometimes, sometimes I wish I've gotten that a little bit.
where's our crown?
Dorta coming up next on the uneven bars. Look at her extension. She is so long and elegant. Catches with those straight arms. That is the determining factor of such an amazing bar worker.
She nailed this dismount in the regional final. Let's see if she can get that repeat performance here.
Double layout. And would you say she had a slight slide on that step, on that stick?
I would say, yeah. I would say it was a slight side. You have to remember, too, there's more judges at competitions like this. 6 judges.
The high, the low, and they're taking those average scores of 6 scores. A lot more judges, a lot more eyes, a lot more of an opportunity to take away from these athletes. And that's why this competition is so precise. These athletes need to be lights out and hold those landings and be super disciplined in all of their gymnastics that they're performing.
One of my favorite routines coming up now. And athletes, KJ Johnson, incredible. You saw that. She got some words of wisdom from assistant coach Courtney McCool, Olympian, someone I would probably take advice from, for sure. Definitely has a good perspective.
And she just shows off her personality inside and outside of the gym. Head coach Jay Clark calls her Bam Bam because she is lights out.
Huge. So high in the air, and she is so high. You will see most athletes grab and pull themselves around a little bit. The flight she gets is so high, she doesn't need to grab at all. Incredibly difficult. Such a dynamic gymnast and athlete, but it's interesting because sometimes it's a little bit of a persona. I was talking with assistant coach Ashley Natt as well, and she said, yeah, KJ is so powerful and strong when she performs, but she's so kind. She still asks for things. She supports her teammates in so many different ways, and I really like that about KJ Johnson. A tough, gritty competitor, a kind human being, great combination for an athlete.
I would say head coach Jay Clark would describe her as kind of an underrated gymnast, but she delivers on the floor exercise every time, especially on the vault as well. Wow.
Found that landing out of that pass, drilled it down, held those heels into the ground, did exactly her job, and that is what KJ Johnson thrives at.
She better not be underrated after that performance from KJ Johnson. Look at the excitement, the way that this LSU Tiger team is flowing. They're hungry. They are hungry for their ever first NCAA championship title.
They are hungry. You can tell they've had this fight all season long. They want to be not only at Saturday's competition, they want to win Saturday's competition. But they've done a good job of just taking it one step at a time to get them to this spot.
Up next is Priscilla Park on the uneven bars, looking to drop that 9.7875. Huge release move, catches above the bar. Beautiful pack salto. Hits that handstand. She is within that 10 degree, just a dismount and just a minimal step back. But she should be proud on that performance.
Bouncing back to the floor. You can look over at the scores. KJ Johnson putting up a huge 9.95. Great work there. Definitely a deserved score. I mean, that was one of the best opening tumbling passes and closing passes I've seen her do all season long. And another strong, I mean, they're #1 in the country for a reason. Every performance in this lineup is strong, it's competitive, and it's impressive. And Aaliyah Finnegan embodies those characteristics.
And she's actually already qualified to the Paris Olympic Games, representing the Philippines. What a moment to also represent her team for the NCAA championship, and also at the same time fulfill your dreams of becoming an Olympian.
A challenging combination. Aaliyah does it so well. Elite gymnastics is so different from collegiate gymnastics. Balancing it so strong, and I'm happy that the athletes now get that opportunity to really play with both and decide what they want to do.
Wow.
And another stuck double Arabian. Jump out of it straight into her choreography. She has nailed that pass so many times, and it's her confidence that really carries her. When I was talking with assistant coach Ashley Nat, she said that it's the confidence she brings. She knows that she's gonna hit it and deliver, and she wants to for her team.
And talk about confidence, talking to head coach Jay Clark, she actually doesn't even practice her full routine in practice on the competition floor. She practices it on a rod floor because it's softer, saves her body. So every time she comes out on this floor routine, she delivers without even practicing it.
And she has scored a 10 on this event. Definitely capable of doing that at these championships here. That might get it done. That routine we might see our first 10. That might have done it. I kind of hope so.
I truly believe that routine deserves a 10. She is unstoppable, and we cannot wait to watch her in the Paris Olympic Games. Way to go for Aaliyah Finnegan.
She's so consistent. I think that's why she's so good, is she's consistent across the board, able to balance both really well. It's her gymnastics, it's strong and it's repetitive. She does the same thing. She sticks that double Arabian. She sticks that 2.5. She just does the same thing over and over again. Really great work there.
Coming up on the uneven bars is Jensen Scalzo. She is capable. She has a career high of a 9.925. She is a very fierce and strong competitor. Beautiful execution. Catches with that straight arm. Holds that handstand right on top. Just the dismount here for this Arkansas senior, and just a slight hop. What a moment for the senior Jensen and this Arkansas team. They have nothing to lose again. They have to go out there with a bang and just enjoy the moment with their teammates.
A senior, so that could be her last competitive routine that we just saw her do right there, and she should be proud of that. That was nice work there on the bars. And bouncing to another senior, Haley Bryant.
I mean, this full rotation just keeps getting better and better.
Aaliyah Finnegan with a huge 9.9625. An excellent score there. Haley can definitely build off of that. She's gotten a floor on 10 several times.
And talking to head coach Jay Clark, Haley Bryant represents the soul of this team. People are inspired by Haley in gymnastics, but also as a human.
Watch this pass. It's that good or better every single time. And it's challenging because she's doing a double front. It's a blind landing. When you flip backwards, you can see where your feet are coming down into the mat. When you're flipping forwards, you have no idea. You have to feel it in the air and spot something coming out of that. And Haley's air awareness on all events, floor specifically, is impressive to say the least.
She's definitely just got this full package. She is a performer. She's dynamic. She bleeds purple and gold. She was committed since the 8th grade to this LSU team.
Beautiful. Last pass right there.
She always just makes a statement.
And ending with the Tiger Roar. We love to see it. These floor performances are definitely getting it done for LSU. I expect to see them at the Saturday competition. They're having a great day. They just need to close it out strong.
And I will say this Cal team should be so proud of themselves. It looks like they are advancing to the national championship on Saturday. What a moment for them, their careers. And up here we have Maddie Jones on the uneven bars, a stellar performer. Catches that piked Jaeger beautifully. catches that pack salto right there, right on top, and just did a pirouette very quickly and ending on top of the bar. That makes the difference on the scores. Just a dismount here. Double out. To me, it looked like her knees gave out just a little bit, but she did such a good job bringing up her chest and just had a slight hop forward. This Arkansas team, they should be very proud of themselves. I know it probably wasn't the competition that they were looking for, but they came and they advanced to this semifinal, and they should be very proud of their careers.
It's been a great season for Arkansas. I mean, the work that Jordan Weaver has put in since she's been hired as a head coach to get this team back to the national championship for the first time under this format. I mean,
since 2018.
Yeah, that's a long time. Kaya Johnson closing it out for LSU in the anchor spot. Another high flying, floating through the air. Beautiful gymnast to watch. I mean, her athleticism is...
She is also this comeback kid. She bleeds again, just like Haley, that purple and gold. She had an injury, but to me, she is unfazed.
Oh, she held onto that landing. I'm giving her the stick for that. You could tell that her toes were digging into the ground. They were scrunched, fighting to get every 10th for this LSU team. And that just speaks to Kaya's character. That's who she is as a person. When we talked with head coach Jay Clark, he said that she is, her and Haley Bryant, so humble, incredible athletes, all arounders, but also wanting to do whatever they can for their team outside of the gym as well, helping really mentor the freshmen and the underclassmen to get them all where they need to be on that championship floor.
She is just lights out. It doesn't get better than this. This LSU team on the floor exercise, they are unstoppable.
She's on fire. And I love to see this in her senior season be one of her best seasons. But is every season her best season? Probably.
Just looking at that smile, she knows it was so good.
You see assistant coach Courtney McCool over there, hyped up as she should be. She's brought so much to this program as well. I mean, really helping them on floor. You want to talk about a power for a tumbler, just look at their coach. That's why they're #1 on the floor. If you have an Olympian coaching you, you're probably in a good spot to be set up as the #1 floor team.
Here we have up next on the uneven bars, Jada. She is from Arizona State. She is representing her school. Beautiful bar worker, full extension. Catches that bail above horizontal.
She got a big 9-9 on this in the semifinal. Hoping to repeat that today.
It matters on this stick if she can get it, and she holds on to it. What a moment for Jada in this Arizona team.
Back to floor, we've got Lily Smith in the anchor spot, in the 7th spot, closing out her all-around competition for Georgia.
She just needs to embrace this moment. She is one of the last competitors. She needs to shine like she knows that she is capable of.
Like you said, Anna says, she is the last competitor. The spotlight's on her, and she should just soak it up. She has beautiful tumbling. Probably one of the best opening passes I've ever seen. This front double twist you'll see, I mean, we've talked about her form this entire competition. Immaculate. Look at that. Legs glued, but also her toes are pointed, which is challenging when you're tumbling. You're trying to find the floor, get off the floor. To have time to point your toes in the middle of it.
I mean, she's twisting multiple times, even probably in slow-mo, her legs will be glued together.
If you slow that down, there's no way you're seeing a leg separation, and that is Lily Smith's gymnastics on any event. Bars, floor, hop to beam, her legs are always extended. The form is throughout her entire body, even her arms. You won't see bent elbows from Lily.
And again, she is a freshman. She is the future for this Georgia team. I mean, we should be scared of what she is capable of, because here she is representing herself, this Georgia team in the all-around. Very difficult to do.
And she's helped Georgia all season long. They were actually so close to getting to this final competition. It was just a tough, competition, but she has done a great job of really leading this team in this freshman role, nailing that last pass, beautiful height on that straddle jump.
And talk about flexibility. She owned the moment. Congratulations to Lily Smith. She should be so proud of her gymnastics career and the way that she delivered.
And she couldn't have a better hype team there on the side. If I was rotating with a team, I would probably pick LSU. You know that they're just excited for you as they are for their own team.
Talks again about this community of gymnastics, being able to support one another. It's just such a blessing, and it's such a beauty, because even though this is a competition, these girls are training all season long for the same moment. We are looking forward, and we are so excited for these teams, and congratulations to Cal and LSU transitioning. We are looking forward to the semifinal 2 this evening. We are excited, and we'll be on the stream tonight.